Shorty's feeling me, it be like that. I say hello when she say hi back. I'm on the right track. I give it to her, then say I'll be right back. You be chasing them, I'm replacing them, making them make the face when I'm smashing you, having dates with them. They do what I say, you be saving them, you be hating because I'm that nigga, I have my way with them. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator. All these bitches, they be wanting my time. She be wanting to fuck when I'm wanting to grind. You tell a hoe to stay, cause you wanting to dime. I tell a hoe to go, I don't wanna be kind. She's excited just off the sight of me, smiling when she says hi, but be crying when she says bye to me. Yes, sir. She be wildin' when she be with you because you are an official and nigga, you ain't as fly as me. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator. She just want me to blow her back out. She just want you to put the stack out. Niggas thinking they put the Mac down, but they disrespect the game and put the Mac down. Y'all be hating when she be choosing up. Y'all be acting like losers, ashamed when niggas that do the fuck. You could be a nigga she playing or be a nigga with game. There's a difference to what she do with us. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator.
Woo! The fucking game is about to be heavy today. What up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Monogamous Player. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to my dude, Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Soulmonger, Emmanuel, was good, Jug Season, Chris, Certified Tyrone, Zati, Jake Kaiser, Hayes, Team, Shay, what's going on? Even was popping. What's going on with you? Shout out to King Ramses in the building. Shout out to AJ206, Reno, Renee, shout out to you. Shout out to Sweet Spot in the building, Dave G. Ola Femi is up in here. LaGrossi was good. Shout out to Enoch. And shout out to Chris. What's going on, man? We about to get it the fuck in today. But today I'm going to be actually talking about something very important because, you know, I feel so bad for guys out here nowadays. Like I really be feeling bad. You know, it's like, see, when you have a certain understanding of things, when you know how things go, when you understand how things really are out here in these streets, and then you realize that other people are still asleep or they're lost or they don't really have the knowledge you have, it makes you feel bad because you want them to know, like, I want these guys to know how much women love sex. You know, I want guys to know how women are actually out there, you know, how women get down out here. And I want guys to really understand these things, right? But in today's show, I'm going to be talking about how 3 ways modern males can get rid of their hangups around women's sexual nature, because most guys have hangups about this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Most of these dudes have these big ass hangups about women and their sexual nature, about women having sex, about women fucking, about women having high body counts. Like, a lot of guys have these issues. You feel what I'm saying? And so what I want to happen is I want guys to not have these issues. I want guys to really just be out there and make shit happen. But before I get into this, right? Before I get into this, I want you guys to remember to go to badboymembership.com and masculineidentitymembership.com. This month on the Bad Boy Membership, you're going to get the program, How to Attract Women Who Will Give You Gifts and Money. In this program, you're going to learn why a woman would even give a guy gifts and money. You're also going to learn the right time to accept gifts and money. Also, when you should not accept gifts and money. And you're also going to learn 4 ways women will give you gifts and money, and much more. So make sure you go to badboymembership.com today to check out this program, plus all the other audio and video programs on the Bad Boy Membership. Go to badboymembership.com today.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity Membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com.
All right, we back. Now, let's get into this shit today, because today's going to be a very teachable moment. So if you guys ever, hear guys talk about, women's body counts and, these women out here are thoughts and I'm not wifing up this chick and all this other shit, just send them this video. Just send them this video, because shout out to Steve Dedeen. He said there needs to be a cure for the modern male, because the modern male out here is crazy at this point, man. And I'm really trying to help these guys so they don't ruin their fucking relationships, because this is what will happen when guys don't really understand what's going on. They live in an illusion, and then they end up fucking up relationships that actually could have been good for them. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to jump right into this. So we're going to be talking about 3 ways modern males can get rid of their hangups around women's sexual nature. And again, like I said, a lot of guys have hangups about this because a lot of guys don't actually believe or think or know that, how much women love sex. And guys think that a woman being sexual basically, is a bad thing. They think that there's something wrong with her. They think that she's going to have mental issues. They think that she can't pair bond. I got guys sending me all these studies. Well, it's not really a lot of studies. They send me the same 2 fucking websites that aren't scientific studies. They're saying, Locario, but this thing said that, if a woman has sex. No. So what I want to do today, guys, is I really want you guys to understand what's going on out here in these streets, right? When it comes to, this stuff over here. Now, I'm gonna go 1 through 3. This is in no order of importance, right? But I'm going to break this down, and I want you to pay attention, because, this is some things that could basically change your perspective, which is also going to change the outcome in your game. You understand? And some of this might get some people mad. I'm gonna let you know now, some niggas gonna get their feelings hurt, because, most people don't have the type of information I'm about to tell you today, right? Okay, so let's get into this, right? So now, the first thing we got on the list, right? The first way that a modern male can get rid of their hangups around women's sexual nature is to become a more sexually attractive guy, so women will desire to have sex with you. I'm gonna say it again. Become a more sexually attractive guy so women will desire to have sex with you. I'm gonna say it one more time. Become a more sexually attractive guy so women will desire to have sex with you. Now, I'm putting emphasis on desire. And what happens is that when a woman desires having sex with you, she actually wants to have sex with you. Right now, I'm going to show you how this ties into, guys just not understanding how this shit works, right? You have to understand there's two types of guys women have sex with. All right. There's two types of guys women have sex with. The first type of guy is the guy that they actually desire and want, right? They actually desire this guy. They want this guy. And then the other type of guy is the guy they have sex with based off of conditions. All right. There's the guy that they actually desire and want to have sex with. And then the guy they have sex with based off of conditions, right? Those are the only two types of men that women have sex with. That is it. The guys they want to, the guys they desire, and the guys that there has to be conditions on the sex. So let me explain both so that you understand what this is. Now, let's start with the guy that the woman desires. The guy that the woman desires and wants to have sex with, this guy is the type of guy that women want to have sex with, and the guy doesn't have to do anything in order for the woman to want to fuck him. I'm saying it again. The guys that women desire to have sex with and want to have sex with are the guys that the guys that don't have to do anything in order to have sex with these women. So what does that mean? That means the guy doesn't have to take her on any dates. He don't got to talk to her on the phone. You understand what I'm saying? He don't got to fucking, chill with her. He don't got to fucking buy her gifts. He don't got to buy her shit. He doesn't have to do anything. All he actually has to do is let the chick know he wants to fuck and set it up. And in fact, sometimes what happens is that when a woman is fucking with a guy that she actually desires, he doesn't even have to do that because usually they will throw the pussy at him. They will throw it at him heavy. Right? Now, the guy that has conditions on getting sex, this is the guy who actually has to do something. All right? This second type of guy has to do something. So what does he have to do? He has to talk to her on the phone and get to know her. He has to take her on 3, 4, 5 dates. He has to, buy her shit. He has to court her. He has to take it slow. Right? So he has to do something in order to get the sex. He can't just get the sex. He has to do something. Now, most guys fall under the second category where there's conditions on that he has to do shit. He has to actually do something to get the sex. A small percentage of guys are the first guy that the woman actually desires that motherfucker. You understand? Now, this is where it gets interesting. See, if you're the guy that women desire, what that means is that your experience is going to be of a man who is getting sex on a consistent basis without you actually having to do anything. I'm going to say that again. If you're a guy who women desire, who they want to have sex with, you're a guy who is able to have sex on a consistent basis without having to really do anything. Meaning the women, they desire you so much that all you need to do is just let them know you want to do it, or they will throw themselves at you and fuck with you. Now, understand this. If you are that guy, what happens is that your reality is different than the second type of guy, right? Now, because your reality is different than the second type of guy, your reality is that damn near all these women are so fucking sexual. Damn near all these women love fucking getting dick. I don't have enough time to fuck all these girls that want to fuck me because there's so many chicks that want to fuck me. I have, and this is the thing. What I'm saying now sounds foreign to most dudes because most dudes are not in this category. Now, what happens is that the guys who have tight game are in this category. These are the guys where women throw the pussy at them all the fucking time. Women want to fuck them all the fucking time, and they don't have to do shit. They don't have to pay money. They don't have to trick. They don't have to simp. They don't have to go on dates. They don't have to do shit. Right? So what happens is that these women, they want to do these guys. They desire it so much to the point where some of these women will actually get aggressive and grabbing dick, grabbing ass, basically trying to make this shit happen. You understand? But see, most guys, they actually don't experience that. Most guys experience the second type where there's conditions on his shit, right? And so what happens is this. Those guys who have conditions on their shit, they can get a lot of sex just like the first guy. But guess what? Because there's conditions on it, they actually have to do something to get the sex that they're getting, right? They have to basically, add extra shit on top of extra shit to get shit popping. So what happens is this. If you're the second guy who there's conditions on it, let's say you're that second guy who has conditions on it, but you out here, you still fucking, you getting girls, you still getting some pussy, you hooking up with chicks or whatever, you fucking girls because you actually putting that work in. Because most of your sex is desireless sex, meaning she don't really desire you like that, you get sex, but it's not sex from a woman who desires you. So what happens is that most of the sex you're getting, even though you could be getting a lot of sex, it's coming from you having to put in a lot of time, energy, and effort. So what that does to your psyche, it makes you think that women, right, are not really that sexual and you have to do a lot of fucking shit to get sex. So then when you hear a woman out here, or you assume a woman out here, because y'all niggas ain't gonna know, but you assume a woman is out here fucking and sucking and being a thought and thotting it up, right? Part of you thinks, oh, she's a slut, she's a whore, there's something wrong with her, because in my reality, women don't like sex like that. Because I gotta take a chick on 3 dates. I gotta talk to a chick on the phone for like an hour. I had to, get to know her, right? So that's your reality. And then because that is your reality, you believe that women don't like sex that much. So when you hear of women being sexual, in your reality, there must be something wrong with her, because in your reality, women don't like sex like that. But in the first guy's reality, the guy who the women desire, his reality is women actually do like sex like that. So now I say that to say this. When you have the guys complaining about the body count, right? Who is more likely to be surprised that women are fucking? Is it guy A that women desire, or guy B that there's conditions on the fucking? I'm gonna say that again. Who is going to be more surprised or feel some type of way or be like, crazy when it comes to body count? Is it going to be guy A who women desire and is throwing it at him? Or is it going to be guy B who has to try really hard to get some sex? I'll give you the answer. It's guy B. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that guy B, his reality is that women don't like sex like that, right? That's his reality. Now, let me show you guys something. This is a screenshot that K-Zaggin sent in this group chat or whatever. And I want to read this screenshot just to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? Hold on, let me take this thing off real quick. Let me take the number off real quick so we can see. So this guy, he says, let me teach you and rest of the folks here. A woman is not to be ignored. Her personality if she has more than one body count, she's no good, and sex is not just about how you feel good. It's about exchanging energies, and you don't know whatever energy she has intimate with, because this guy cannot write. Intimate with could have some sort of negative vibration energy. Keep that in mind and be very cautious, gentlemen. This nigga said if she has more than one body count, and he getting into all this Kundalini energy shit or whatever the fuck he talking about. One body count. Now, again, I ask you guys, I put on your thinking caps, put on your fucking thinking caps, and let's think. If you have a guy who on a consistent basis, women desire him sexually and want to have sex with him, and then you have a guy who has to try really hard to get sex, or he has to put in a lot of work to get sex, which one of these guys you think is going to believe that women generally are not going to have more than one body count? Is it guy A, who they desire, or guy B, where there's conditions on the sex? It's guy B. So if the modern male wants to get rid of his hang up around women's sexual desire, you need to be guy A, so that you actually experience women wanting to fuck you. A lot of guys don't really experience women desiring to want to fuck them. This is why niggas need to fly overseas to pay chicks to fuck them. This is why guys need to simp to get chicks to fuck them, because they are not the guys that women desire and want to have sex with. So in their reality, they have no idea how much women love sex, and therefore they think it's strange that a woman would have a lot of sex partners. Because check this out. Women out here who have a lot of sex partners, right? Which, you know, it's a large number of women, because you got to understand something. There's always the opposite ends of the spectrum, meaning you got certain women who are just out here going crazy, like they're fucking everybody. They're super freaks and they're super crazy and they're going insane, right? Then you have the women over here who are like virgins, religious, not doing shit. Now, in between these two extremes is most women, or right here in the middle. Most of those women in the middle are fucking. You understand? They're fucking. So what happens is that because you're not getting any ass, you think women aren't fucking as much as you would think. And you think there's only a small subsection of women who are out here are fucking, and they're just these whores. And if I run into these whores, I'll fuck them, but I never wife them up. Now, let me explain this. I'm not saying you guys need to wife up anybody. I'm just saying don't be fucking delusional. Shout out to my dude, K-Zaggin20. Shout out to my dude, K-Zaggin20 in the chats. He said these modern males always act like they know what it is to be a woman, who you are to tell a woman how her body responds to being entered by men. These guys act like they are experts in human biology. Exactly. That's a fact. It's crazy. And see, this is another thing. A lot of these dudes, right? The crazy part about this shit is that they are in situations where they'll say, because I remember even on K-Zaggin's show where him and Miles did the other day, where the realist called in, and he was like, well, I have a preference for women who have low body counts. Really? Really? How in the fuck do you know? So if I have a preference for black t-shirts, I could see with my eyes, this is a black t-shirt, and I get this black t-shirt because I have a preference for this black t-shirt. You understand? I could say I have a preference for water in glass, cups or whatever it is like that. And so I can actually see this. I can see this as a glass. I can see this water in here, and I can make this happen, right? But you say I have a preference for women with low body count? Okay, cool. Could you please tell me how you find it out so that you can actually go with your preference? Because if I say I got a preference for thick chicks with big booties, I can go and see the chick with, big booties. Okay, cool. So now I can go and get what I prefer, correct? So how can you go and get what you prefer if you can't find out the thing that you prefer? You see? Because see, this is the thing. Let me show you this other screenshot. And this is to my dude. I actually know this guy in real life. And this is my dude. But I had to shake my head on this because I did a post I shared a post on Facebook where I think it was a picture of Amber Rose, and one was where her and Wiz Khalifa married or in a relationship or whatever the fuck it was. And then there was another of her with two other guys. And he was like, guys, don't be like this guy. And I was like, you see, these modern males, crazy. So he says, Lucario, please, man, it ain't shit about being insecure. No matter your opinion on it, you ain't changing nobody's mind, fam. You can use whatever shaming statements you want. Taking a woman seriously who you know for sure got mad bodies just isn't something men are lined up to do. It's just not. It doesn't make a man insecure. Again, I say this. You don't have, listen. If you don't want to fuck with chicks who have high body counts, I don't care. Actually, listen, I applaud that. That's awesome. Please do you. Please do you. Please do you. You say, because I want y'all to see the comment again. He said, taking a woman seriously who you know for sure got mad bodies just isn't some men are lined up to do. Okay, cool. Now, I want to ask you guys, how the fuck do you know for sure that she got mad bodies? I'll wait. So what some guys will say is, this girl around my way, my homies know that she been fucking niggas around. Okay, cool. In general, how do you know the girl has mad bodies if your preference is the woman with the low body counts? How do we know? You don't. The answer is you don't. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that these guys have these hang-ups about shit they can't control. These guys have these hang-ups about shit that they know nothing about. Interesting. See, what's funny is this, right? Is that even if a woman told you, do you guys know that women, they don't count certain things? Like if she sucked a nigga's dick, she don't count that. Some women, if they had sex with a condom, they don't count that. If they had sex with a guy they weren't in a relationship with, they don't count that. So you guys don't know. Now, let's get back to the list. Because remember, the first thing I said that the first way that modern males can get rid of their hangups around women's sexual nature is they have to be the guy that women desire having sex with. Because remember, the guy that women desire having sex with, those guys are not hung up on body counts. You know why? Because they know something that the other guys who have to take them out on a bunch of dates don't know. They know something. They know exactly how much women love sex. Check this out. I just want y'all to think about this for a second. Just think about this for a second. Imagine 90-something% of the women that you come into contact with, that you're trying to make something happen with, right? Let's say you go on a date, or not even a date. Let's say you meet, let's make this super simple so you guys get it. Let's say you match with girls on Tinder, you get on FaceTime, and you say, come to the crib. And let's say 80 to 90% of the time you do that, chicks come to the crib and fuck you. And let's say when you go out to parties, right? And you say what's up to a chick, they're throwing you the pussy. And then let's say when you go to the club with your boys, you hollering at some chicks and they just trying to throw it all at you. Now, what is your perception gonna be of women, and what is your experience gonna tell you? Because if you out here fucking all these girls, you're not going to believe that most women have low body counts. Why? Because you're fucking. Now, what happens is this. The guy who it's conditional for, because this is the thing, you might have some guy say, well, I fuck mad bitches and, you know, I still feel some type of way about body counts, right? Those are the guys who are conditional. Those are the guys who have to do shit to fuck. Because even though he fucks mad bitches, guess what he got to do? He got to take them out. He got to pop bottles. He got to spend money. He got to simp, right? Or he knows the woman is with him for his status, right? So he doesn't get sex where the woman desires him. He gets sex on the condition that he's doing this thing. So what happens is that not only does he not experience sex with a woman who desires him in general, part of him is also salty, low-key, on a subconscious level, right? Because he had to do so much shit to get the pussy. I hope that didn't go over your head. See, when a guy realizes that the sex that he's getting generally is conditional, he's salty because he had to do certain shit to get the pussy. And then when he gets around players and motherfuckers that say, nigga, I just met this chick, I fucked her yesterday, right? He feels some type of way. He's like, oh, she must be a hoe. She's low quality. She's a low quality thought and she's a slore and she's a hoe because women don't do that. No, women don't do that with you. You understand? So this is why niggas got hang-ups about it. Because even though they fucking, they had to do a lot of shit, right? In order to get shit popping. It's crazy. Damn, it's hot as shit in here. Hold on one second. I'm gonna take a break real quick and play this shit. And then I gotta put this fan on or something. It's hot as a motherfucker in here today for some reason.
You still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.
Woo, I had to turn that fan on. God damn it. I was like, I had to turn that shit over here. I was dying, man. But yeah, we gonna still get it cracking. Woo, now let me talk about the second way that modern males can get rid of their hang-ups around women's sexual nature, right? The second way to get rid of your hang up when it comes to women's sexual nature is you have to hang out with real players. You have to hang out with real players. Now, why do I say this? When you hang out with real players, even though you may not be getting, like, let's say you're the conditional guy. You're the guy who has conditions on the situation where you got to take a woman out on a million fucking dates before she give you some pussy. You got to fucking, wine and dine a chick and, do all this extra shit before you can get some pussy, right? If you hang out with real players, real dudes who actually understand the game, what you're going to see and what you're going to notice is that the women are treating that guy different than how she's treating you. You're going to notice that she's treating that guy differently, or you're going to notice that those guys get different treatment from women than you get. You understand? You'll notice this. So King Solar said, how do you spot real players? So the way that you spot real players is, let's say, for example, if you're out and about and you see you're at a club, you're at a bar, whatever, and you see guys that are actually approaching women, flirting with them, talking with them, and the women are responding to them positively. The women are showing interest. You can spot this where you see a guy actually is, making it happen. Now, understand, a lot of times this is, you're not going to see this all the time because most niggas ain't really got skills like that. But every now and again, you're going to see a guy who's like this, right? Now, I talked about this before. What you could do is that, and you see a guy like that, right? What you want to do is you want to tell him like, yo, bro, I see you out here doing your thing, man. Like, what spots you go to? Like, let me know what's good. Like, we should roll together and get some chicks or whatever, right? But the thing is that you got to be friends with these dudes and you got to soak up that energy, because what happens is that when you're around these guys, what you're going to notice is there's going to be certain things, because if you're at a certain level of the game where you're not able to get the shit popping, you're going to see how easy it is for them to get the shit popping. See, because earlier I was talking about you got to be the guy that women desire to have sex with. The player, he's the guy women desire to have sex with. You understand? And so what you're gonna notice, you're gonna say, damn, well, I noticed I got to take a girl out on a bunch of dates, but this nigga, he just rolled up on this chick 5 minutes ago and she ready to leave out the spot with this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? She's ready to get the fuck out the spot with this motherfucker. She's ready to go ASAP. She's ready to fuck this guy in the bathroom. Like, I remember I had a friend, we'd be at these spots or whatever, he'd meet a chick, fuck the girl in the bathroom, come out the bathroom, and start hollering at another chick. And it'll be funny, the same chick that he fucked in the bathroom would be the same chick that another nigga beforehand was trying to buy drinks for and all this other goofy shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It's two different worlds. So my boy who was doing that, he never would, like, we never had no fucking conversations about body count and all that other dumb shit. Never. Because he knew what it was. He knew how much chicks like to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? He said, it amazes me when dudes have no friends who get it on some player shit like you don't know one. Exactly. That's the thing. And some of these dudes don't even know one dude like that. That's why, because look, understand this. Most guys are surrounding themselves with other guys who have trouble with women. Because a lot of guys have trouble with women. Most guys are not the women, most guys are not the guys women are sexually desiring like that. So, and this is how I know, like, I can literally tell either the type of frequency a guy has sex, and or I can tell if a guy is dealing with women who only have sex with him on certain conditions based off of the shit he says. Like, shout out to Miles, because Miles always says your language exposes you. And language definitely exposes these niggas when they be talking this shit. It exposes them heavy. See, my thing is this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I actually want guys to get what I'm saying, but I'm at the point now. I've talked about this topic over and over again. If dudes don't get it, right, then y'all can't say I ain't trying to help these niggas. You can't say I didn't try to help these niggas. You see what I'm saying? So let's move on to the third thing, because the third thing is very important. Now, the third way modern males can get rid of their hang-ups around women's sexual nature is that you have to accept that you cannot control what women do. You have to accept that you cannot control what women do. And what you have to understand is that women love sex so much that they're out here fucking. Now, understand this. I'm sure that you guys realize or recognize or know that there's a lot of single women out there. What do you guys think these single women are doing? You guys think these single women are at home reading the Bible, knitting sweaters, just sitting alone at home watching Netflix all day? You think women are out there just doing that and they're single? No. These women are out here dating and fucking. Exactly. When guys talk about getting women and money in the same sentence, you ain't no player, you're a payer fronting like a player. That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, the guys are out here. I mean, the women are out here getting it in. If you meet a girl and she says, I've been single for like 2 years. See, guys who don't understand, they're going to think that means she ain't had sex in 2 years. No, she's been single for 2 years, but she been fucking. And ain't no wrong with that. She should be fucking. You understand? But the problem is that you got a lot of guys that can't accept that they can't control what women do. And so you can't control what women do, and then therefore you have no idea what they were doing before you met them. You can't control what they do, and you don't have any idea what they were doing. So part of the hang up is you trying to control what the women do, because this is what guys do collectively. Guys collectively try to control what women do based off how they react to women's sexual nature. They're like, yo, if a woman had sex with more than 3 guys or 2 guys or 1 guy, and really? Why the fuck do you care? See, it's coming from accepting or not accepting that you can't control it. Because again, like I said, if your preference is a woman with a low body count, I ask you, how do you find that out so you can pick the right woman? I want you guys to pick the right woman for you. If the right woman for you is a woman with a low body count, we need to figure this out. Right? So if y'all niggas want to wife up a chick who has a low body count, can we please figure out how we're going to know the body count so that you guys can wife up the right women? How do we do this, guys? If you need to wife up the right woman who has a low body count, how do we figure out the body count so that you can wife up the right woman? You understand? Joe Blast said the body count is inside you. Hilarious. Certified Tyrone said, nowhere I'll invent a body count machine. But this is what I'm saying. These dudes is crazy out here. You said, I saw a comment under your vid where they said promiscuous men and women have trauma. Hilarious. Listen. I've had sex I've had more sex than most people I know, in most people that I come across. And I'm like the happiest person out of most of those people, or all those people. I'm good. I don't got no trauma from sex. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing where a lot of these goofies, unfortunately, right? This is how they think. This is how they think. So, guys, this is what I want to tell y'all. Is that when it comes to you having hangups, when it comes to dealing with women and dealing with sex, this is going to severely impact your success in the game when you think this way, because this has to do with insecurity. This has to do with insecurity. So guys will be like, "Oh well, it's not about insecurity if you don't want to, if you're worried about the woman, it's all insecurity." You understand? Because what guys like to do is they like to justify the bullshit with nonsense studies that's not even fucking studies, because you can't fucking do a study on body count. I mean, you can, but the resources, it will be ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you, I've said this before. The only way you could do a study on body count is you would have to follow a large number of women 24 hours a day, 7 days a week since they've been sexually active. You understand? Meaning they would need to have surveillance on them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that you can get the accurate number. Because a lot of guys say, well, you know, they can't pair bond and all this other shit. Then if that's the case, all of the women, so let's say they had a study of 10,000 women. That means they have to follow 10,000 women 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get the exact amount of niggas they fucked. Then those 10,000 women all have to get into a long-term relationship with men. Then on top of that, the 10,000 men they get in a long-term relationship with, the variables between those men have to be equal. So they got to make the same amount of money. They got to be the same type of guy, right? And see, okay, because we have to see if the body count was the thing that made the relationship not work. You understand? Because let's say you got a woman with a high body count, she gets with a guy, the relationship ends. How do we know the relationship ended because of the high body count? Maybe it could have been they just weren't compatible. Maybe it could have been they were arguing over finances, right? So when you think critically, you see how the bullshit falls apart. You understand? When you think critically, you see how it falls by the wayside. So what modern males have to do is they have to accept they can't control what women do. And then they also have to accept that they can't know what women have done. You understand? You said the reason why guys are insecure about the body count because they think the girl had better sex partners than them. Yep, that's part of it. But you know, they'll give you stupid ass shit like, well, she can't bear bond and she's gonna have mental issues and she has trauma. You know, they'll say shit like that. Because they don't want it to be about them. They want it to be about the woman. Well, you know, the woman can't actually bond with me. Her bonding abilities are fucked up. No, nigga. Because that same chick will bond with another nigga, get married to him, have kids, and live happily ever fucking after. Like, see, again, let me tell you guys something. If a lot of these dudes knew the nasty shit women do, oh, y'all would lose your minds. And see, what happens is this, right? So I remember somebody was telling me how these women did like some surveys or some shit talking about how many guys they had sex with and all this other stuff. And they were like, you know, the average chick said she had like 3 bodies or 6 bodies or 4 bodies, and you guys actually believe that shit? Again, like I said, it's always the big side of the spectrum. But in the middle here, women are fucking just like you like to have sex, women like to have sex. And guess what? Women have an easier time getting dick than you have getting pussy on average for men. Right? Women have twice as many nerve endings on the clitoris than you do at the head of your penis. Women could have up to 20 orgasms in one sex session. And y'all thinking women ain't out here fucking? Shout out to my new coach, Justin, in the building. He's like, wait, women love sex? But see, the naive male wants to believe this. And what I'm telling the modern male is that if you can't get rid of this hang up, right? You're actually not going to be able to have a successful relationship because your mindset is of a guy who's deluded. You understand? You're delusional. Because I even hear stupid shit like guys will say, well, if a woman has a high body count, she's more likely to cheat. Man, this topic, I swear, this topic will never end. I swear, I always get pulled back into this topic because it's so fucking stupid. It's so ridiculous. It's so deliciously dumb. It's so dumb. What the fuck is the correlation between a woman fucking when she's single to her actually staying faithful in a relationship? They'll say, oh, well, Lucario, because she's been fucking so much, then she's not going to be able to stay with one guy. She's going to cheat. See, what a lot of guys don't understand is they don't live on an island. And so when a nigga like me comes around and you think you got yourself a virgin or some chick with a low body count and you think she's going to stick around because she has a low body count, what stops a nigga like me from fucking your chick? Think about that. Think about that. What'll stop a motherfucker like me from fucking your girl? This is what guys don't think about. They never think about this part. You see what I'm saying? What's gonna stop a dude from fucking your chick? Nothing. You said the body count stems from the traditional belief based on monetizing monogamy ritual, not on reality. Their whole reality is based on monogamous system. That's a fact. That's a fact. You said your morals, Lucario, you wouldn't do that. Oh, hell yeah, I would. I've done that shit before. I've done that shit plenty of times when I was younger. Nigga, you know how many chicks I smashed that had fucking husbands and boyfriends? Now, you guys shouldn't do that because it's dangerous because niggas are simps out here. They're niggas is way more simps than they used to be. Niggas is way more sensitive than they used to be. You understand what I'm saying? But let me see some of these questions out here real quick. Let me see what's popping with some of these questions. Let me see. It says, why do women hate it when you're a ladies' man? All the girls at my job tell me I need to settle down, get with a good girl and shit. It's annoying as fuck. Why are they salty that I fuck with multiple chicks? Well, listen, man, some women, they're going to say that because that would benefit them. Of course, they're going to say, hey, you should just settle down with me. You should just be with a woman like me and don't fuck with all these other girls. Why are you fucking with all these other girls for? Just be with me. So that's going to help them out, of course. So can you please give an example of building sexual tension and flirting on the phone, so the meetup is only smash. Well, this is the thing. I don't think you should be necessarily building sexual tension and flirting on the phone. You understand? Now you could, but I suggest to do that in person. You understand? So when you first met the girl, you should be flirting and building sexual tension. When you first met her, if you first met her in the street, at the bar, at the club, you should be doing that when you first meet the girl at that moment. And then you exchange numbers with her understanding that y'all are going to get together to smash later. So what you don't want to do is just meet some chick, get her number, call her, try to build sexual tension, and then meet up. No, you want that already, built in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Well, let me get some more of these questions and shit. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me get some more of these questions. All right. So this one says, April's funny as hell. This one says, does a woman desiring you happen because of the way you make her feel, and also by you being consistent in who you are and what you do? Yes, exactly. See, what happens is this, right? That's a good question. Let me break this down. To be a guy that women desire, right, sexually, and they want to throw the pussy at you, and they're turned on by you and all this other stuff, is you got to be the top guy. You understand? And when I mean the top guy, that means that you're the type of guy that he's sexually attracted to, right? And the way to be that guy is you have to exude sexual energy, right? And this is the interesting part. Check this out. If you're the type of guy worried about body count, you can't exude that type of sexuality. You understand? You can't do it because it's a conflict of interest. Because part of you feels there's something wrong with women being sexual. So therefore, you're not going to engage in that way to make it happen in the way that you want to make it happen. So let me take some of these calls real quick. Let's go to 240.
Hey, what's good, Lucario? This is Paul G in the chat, man. What's good?
What up, bro? Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, man. I had a question and kind of a point. I was like reading the chat and like people was talking about women being promiscuous and like sometimes people they try to cite a trauma. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll like listen to these podcasts. Sometimes I'll like even hear you on like Clubhouse. Mm-hmm. Like these little TikTok videos about women talking about, if you're sleeping around, you're promiscuous, you're coming from a depressed place.
Right.
You got this trauma tied to you and all that. But the funny thing is that the girl or whoever's talking about it is always like, she's like the most full of shit girl because she's probably like the girl who's like done the most sleeping around and she's trying to like shame other women about, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Right.
And I see this like narrative. They try to put it on guys too, the same way. Mm. They're like, you don't love yourself. As a guy, you don't respect yourself. I'm just like, why? My question is why is it that like such a big narrative with women and then they try to shame men at the same time with that like narrative?
Right. Well, the thing you got to understand is that most people have hangups about sex in general because they've been taught that sex is special and they've been, indoctrinated to think that they have to view and, feel this way about sex in general. So what happens is a lot of their talking points are coming from a place of fear. You understand? Because what you have to understand is this, right? Sex is not any more or any less important than any other thing. And the problem with a lot of people is that they've been taught that it is. So they're like, but what are you talking about? You can give life. And You understand what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make it special, right? Because everything in existence means something, has meaning. It's part of the whole entire situation. So what happens is when you put sex on a pedestal, what you're doing is that you're actually disrespecting every other thing, because you're making this one thing more important than the other thing. Because check this out. It's like this. Like I'm holding up my phone right now, right? It'll be like me saying the front of my phone, right, is more important than the back of my phone, right? But one is not more important than the other, because I need the front of my phone and the back of my phone to be together for the phone to fucking work. So let's say the front of my phone is representation of sex. So if I'm saying that, well, the front of my phone is more important than this other shit, or I'm putting this part of the phone on a pedestal or making this more important than the other parts of the phone, then I don't understand how this phone works. You see what I'm saying? And so what a lot of people do is that they're indoctrinated and conditioned to think about sex a certain way, and then they start regurgitating certain shit because they don't even know what the hell they're saying, because all they're saying is what they've been taught to say about it. All they're feeling is what they've been taught to feel about it. Just like the guy earlier where I showed the screenshot, he's talking about, oh, well, all these energies and all this other shit. Like, where the fuck did people get that from? You see what I'm saying? They've been taught by somebody else to think that way about it. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is this, just like anything else in life, right? Because when you talk about something having meaning, you add meaning to whatever the fuck the shit is, right? The act of sex, the sexual activity, right? When you see it and when you experience it, it is what it is. Now, if you think that, oh, well, I just made love, or this is something special, this is something sacred, that is the person's opinion. But actually what happened was a man and a woman got together, the man put his penis in the woman's vagina and rocked back and forth. That's what the fuck happened. And they were kissing and doing all that other shit. That's all it is. But the problem is that a lot of people look at it as something more than it is, or something interesting or something important. And then this is why it gets put on the pedestal, and then this shit is just all over the place. So this is why a lot of times guys, even when it comes to sex, when it comes to dealing with women, they have this big ass hang up, because most guys are not the type of guy that gets sex freely. See, the more you get something, the more you have of something, the less important it becomes. The less you have of something, the more important it becomes. So if you're having a lot of sex is not that important to you. If you're not having a lot of sex is really important to you. You feel what I'm saying? So for a lot of people, it's really important to them, because it's especially guys. I shouldn't even say women, I say guys. For a lot of guys, it's important to them because they're not having sex like that. Women are pretending they're not having sex like that because they don't want to be looked at as a hoe. You see what I'm saying? So to survive socially, women have to pretend they don't like sex. But guys, most guys aren't having sex like that, so they make it such a big deal when they even hear that women are having sex, because even the thought of a woman fucking a bunch of dudes, that makes a guy who's not getting sex feel a certain way, because deep down on a subconscious level, he's like, well, how come I'm not fucking? You see what I mean? It's crazy. He's like, these women are fucking, but I'm not fucking. What does that mean? That means that I am not as desirable as the guys they're fucking. And then if I do get to fuck, she's probably going to compare me to all the guys she's been fucking. And then that'll make her want to not fuck with me in the first place anyway, because I don't measure up to these niggas. That's really what it is. They want to lie and come up with all this pair bonding and DNA and all this other scientific bullshit to just justify the insecurity. That's all it is. It's crazy.
Hello?
Yeah, you there. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'll just make the last point. It's really just like a pastime, man. It's just like, it's nothing that serious, you know? And they try to make it seem, because what it is they try to expect something more out of the situation. like it's like if you never expect gratitude, you never be disappointed.
Right.
So everybody's trying to get some more out of the situation because they expected, oh, this is going to turn into something more serious.
Right.
And with women, they overthink shit. They just complicate shit. As a guy, that's not really our nature. We just, hey, I'm just trying to fuck and that's it. It's not like this whole big ordeal that,
Right.
But a lot of guys get it twisted and then, they start overthinking. And then, you trying to expect something that shouldn't. It should just be, hey, you just see her maybe like a month, and that was all it was supposed to be. And so it has nothing to do with all this trauma. And I mean, in some places, I guess, but even so, like there's people have like human nature. They have desire. Animals,
Right, because this is the thing. You can have trauma with sex if you had a sexual situation that was traumatic. People think having sex, period, or having lots of sex is trauma, which is bullshit. Now, you can have a traumatic sexual experience, like, let's say, somebody sexually assaulted somebody else, then you can have trauma when it comes to sex. But you just having a healthy sexual relationship with other people on a consistent basis is not trauma. That's not going to make, shit be on some traumatic shit. You see what I'm saying? That's just you having sex. And then also what happens too is this. A lot of people, what they do is that they look for sex, or they look to sex for other things. So like I think you mentioned this too a little, is that a person like a girl may have sex with a guy, right? And she's having sex with him, hoping the sex is gonna make him like her to be in a relationship with. So she's having sex, hoping the sex will get her a relationship. So now when the sex doesn't get her a relationship, what she's going to say is, well, having casual sex is bad. Because what she really wanted was the relationship, and she thought that having casual sex was going to get her a relationship, and since it didn't happen, now she's upset, and now she's blaming sex. Same thing with men. There's certain guys that think that having sex or lots of sex with different women is going to make them happy. So then they have lots of sex with different women, and then it doesn't make them happy. They're still depressed, or they're still feeling however the fuck they're feeling. Then they say, you know what? Having casual sex is bad because, I was doing it and it didn't make me happy. But see, the problem with both of these situations was they were looking for something outside of sex through the sex. See, the only reason for them to have sex or casual sex was for the casual sex. But if they're looking for something outside the casual sex, that's when they're fucking up, because they're never going to get that thing they're looking for outside the sex. And then when they don't get what they're looking for, they want to blame the sex. This is how stupid humans are. They're idiots. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No doubt, man. But yeah, man, I'll catch you on Friday, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, bro. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, that's what motherfuckers be doing. Niggas be like, I had all this sex and it didn't make me happy. You dumbass. You was trying to get happy through sex, stupid. You should only be having sex because you want to have sex. That's it. So let's go. Let's take one or two more calls and I got to head out of here. Let's go to 678. So 678, what's popping? What's going on?
I donated.
Oh shit. What's going on, fam? Appreciate it. So what's going on, man?
Okay, so I got a question. So why there are some guys who are desired by women also keep a body count?
You said why is it the guys that are what?
Why do guys the guys who can get women without taking on dates, guys who even get women, guys who are desired by women, also care about body count?
No, they're not though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Guys who are actually no. This you got to understand. There's guys who get sex, but they're not desired by the women. Do you understand that? There's two types. I was talking about this earlier. See, you're thinking because a guy's getting sex that he's desired by that woman. No. He got sex because he was at a certain status. He got sex because he popped some bottles. He got sex because he took her on a bunch of dates. I'm talking about a guy who gets sex on a consistent basis where he has to do little to nothing. Those guys don't give a fuck about body count, because in order for them to that would be major cognitive dissonance. You understand what I'm saying?
I want to like feel like Andrew Tate in Fresh and Fit, right? Like Andrew Tate in Fresh and Fit. They can get girls easily. Women
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Them.
No, and that's my dude, Fresh and Fit. That's my people's right there. I don't really know Andrew Tate like that personally, but they're not getting women who desire them and fucking them on a consistent basis through sexual desire like that. It's not happening. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So what I'm saying is, if you are a guy, like what I'm talking about is you're the guy who you're just at a club, at a bar, you talk to a chick for 2 or 3 minutes and you bounce with her. I'm talking about you get on Tinder, it's 8 o'clock, you match with a girl, you FaceTime her at 8:15 and she's by your house by 9 p.m. That's what I'm talking about, where you don't have to do anything and that happens consistently. If you're that type of guy, you're not worried about the body count. Because what happens is that your reality is that women fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like Andrew Tate, some of the women that he fucks with, I'm sure are fucking with him because he's Andrew Tate. Not because they desire him like that. Because I've heard videos where he was talking about how, you know, if you're talking to this girl, there's ways that you can talk to her to make her feel a certain type of way. And he's talking about some manipulation shit. If you're the type of guy that was getting women who desired you like that, you wouldn't have to talk about that shit. You just be fucking. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so you saying your guys Fresh and Fair? You saying that they can't know how to get women by desire by them?
No. I'm saying Fresh and Fit can get chicks. What I'm saying to you is that they're not getting women. And Myron to tell you this too. Myron to tell you that he got to go hard and holler at the chicks in the street and all this other stuff. What I'm saying is that there are guys, right, who their game is so tight that there are women on a consistent basis that will fuck with them off the rip. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example from my life. Right? So I remember there was a 1 week where I smashed, I think, like 4 or 5 different girls within this week. And they're all different girls that I just met. You see what I'm saying? So one girl was from a spot that I went to. I walked into the spot, right? I fucking talked to this girl for 5 minutes and she said to me, "Do you want to come back to my place?" I said, "Yes," we fucked, right? The next day, right? I was on Tinder. I matched with a girl, right? She was from Australia. She was in the city. She said, "Hey, do you want to come out and get a drink?" I got to the spot. She paid for my drinks. We had sex. You understand what I'm saying? The third girl that week, right? Another chick that I met off of Tinder, right? We just matched on a joint. We FaceTime. I went straight to her house. And I'm telling you, this is all in literally 1 week. This is what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is that if this is your experience, how in the fuck are you going to be like, well, you know, I think most women only have 2 body counts. That don't even make sense if you're out here fucking all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But you saying that Fresh and Fit had no game? What are you saying?
What happened?
Are you saying that Fresh and Fit got no game?
No. Fresh and Fit have game. What I'm saying, there's levels to this shit, though. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. What I'm trying to explain to you is that there's levels to the game. Now, again, if a dude has a certain type of status or certain money or whatever, he'll get girls that'll fuck him. But guess what? They're only doing that because of that other shit. So it's still them getting sex on the conditions that they have these things. So what I'm saying is that if they're getting sex on the conditions that they have those things, they're not the top guy that the woman desires sexually off the rip. Do you get that?
Just like Fresh and Fit, right?
No, dude, you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that most dudes, right, are not going to be the guy who is getting the sex off the rip, because your game has to be super tight, because you have to be straight about the game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because what happens is when you meet those women, when you interact with them, they understand this. They can tell this. They can smell it on you. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand. So it's different levels to this shit, bro. I don't think you understand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, but I'm saying, why do Fresh and Fit care about body count when it didn't get women? Why they
But
care about body count?
that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because they don't understand it on the level I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
What I'm saying is it's two different. Okay, for example, do you ever notice when rich people buy a bunch of cars, poor people say, "Yo, why they gotta have so many cars?" Right? You ever hear shit like that?
Yeah.
Right. Now, what poor people might not understand is that the fucking rich person might have bought those cars as a tax write-off. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they bought all those fucking cars or bought the jet or whatever the fuck they bought. You understand? Because that's part of the tax write-off. So the poor person, because they're not in that situation, don't understand that. So what I'm saying is that when guys are in situations where they're not getting sex easily on a consistent basis, they don't understand how much women love sex. Do you see what I mean? And so when you don't understand how much women love sex, your reality is that women don't like sex that much. And so therefore, if a woman is fucking a lot, she's a thought and something's wrong with her because women don't normally do that. Right? In their minds, women don't normally do that. You get it, caller?
Yeah. Yeah, but Fresh and Fit they can get sex. Like they're desirable. Women want to fuck fresh. I saw
you're not getting it. You're not getting what I'm saying, brother. You're not getting what I'm saying, bro. You are not getting what I'm saying. Again, did you hear what I said earlier? There's two types of guys who are fucking. The guys women desire off the rip and want to fuck naturally. Then there are the guys who have conditions. So what that means is some guys have conditions on fucking these women. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So you're saying Fresh and Fit had conditions? What are you saying? They had conditions?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in general, right? Fresh and Fit, and that's my niggas, but they have conditions on the shit that they're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most of the time. That's how it works. Fresh and Fit, before they even said this on the show before. They were like Fresh and Fit. They talked about how they had issues with women back in the day. You understand what I'm saying? Fresh and Fit was trying like every other guy to get women. You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is when a guy gets to a certain level of game, his experience with women is different than most guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you, brother.
I get it now. Thank you.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you, bro. Oh my goodness. See, this is why it's so difficult because guys just don't. They don't. It's like they're not getting what I'm trying to say. It's really simple. It's really simple. Oh my goodness. All right, let me take this last call real quick, and then I'm gonna head up out of here because I gotta run. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to, I think this is a monogamous player. 713, monogamous player. What's popping with you, bro? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. LaCaria? What's up, everybody? You already know that I donated.
Appreciate it. What's going on?
Oh, yes, Mr. LaCaria. I already know that you got to leave, so I'm not going to be on here too long. I just want to give a testimony to this topic. I just want to let guys that don't know, either you don't know or you don't want to know, right? Women out here are fucking, bro.
Right.
Like women out here are fucking. Like Mr. LaCaria, bro. I make 60 racks a year. You see what I'm saying? Even when I was a single nigga, I made much less. Staying with my people's house. You know what I'm saying? So by a lot of guys, I was the average male, right? But niggas don't understand quality. You see what I'm saying? But even at my level, right, which a lot of guys would look down upon. You feel me? I was still smashing hella bad bitches and hella 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So niggas don't understand that women are out here fucking. And also, Mr. LaCaria, it'd be many cases, but I remember one time I had like this really, really good fuck buddy, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Before I even took her out on a date, I already smashed at least a dozen times.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
So right there. So right there goes to the fact that she desires me. You see what I'm saying? Her desire to have sex with me, or her desire to have my type of energy the way I want to give it out. You see what I'm saying? Outweighs everything else. You see what I'm saying? That's why you were saying that at the beginning of the show, there's two types of males. There's the desirable males, and there's the guys that gotta really, really, go out here and do extra shit to get women. You see what I'm saying? But here's the misconception, Mr. Lucario. Even guys that are desirable with women and does have game, right? Here's the misconception. Guys feel that, because I'm sexually attracted to women, right? Or because I'm physically attracted to a woman, right? I don't have to do much. Women should just bend to my whim, automatically. Guys don't realize that we have to create the experience.
Exactly.
Sometimes a woman might not be sexually attracted to you off face value, but once you open your mouth and you display your energy, then things change. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm quite sure with me and my partners, or in life in general, it's been a lot of situations where a girl like, oh, he's cute, or whatever, he's all right, or whatever, and then I didn't spit that game or whatever the case may be, and then things change. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But guys don't understand that. So we the ones that still got to create the situations, and once we create the expensive situations, then women. We're giving women the opportunity to be down for that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys just don't understand that. But that's all I really want to say, Mr. Lucario, man. These women out here are fucking, bro. They are fucking, and they're just. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a everyday life type of thing. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Lucario, just because I say women out here are fucking, that don't mean that every woman out here is just fucking 1,000 niggas a month. You see what I'm saying? It's some women that probably, only fucked with 3 niggas this year, but those 3 niggas were consistent niggas that she kept fucking with.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So regardless of how many people you fucking, if you fucking, you fucking. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or some girls might be a little bit more promiscuous, but who cares? You see what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of guys, they put too much emphasis on that. And then a lot of guys look down upon girls like that when they don't see. I'm going to be honest, Mr. Lucario, if to me, in most cases, I'm not saying all cases, but at least that opens the door for me to believe this, right? If a girl is fucking, to me, she's vettable.
Right.
Because if you're not fucking or you're not fucking me, then you're not vettable for me.
Right.
Because that just shows that you're going against what I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
So if a girl's fucking, then that's the first sign to me that, okay, this girl might be a vettable chick. And she's consistent with that, then over time, those dates can come. You see what I'm saying? Not to say that I haven't met women that, the first thing that I did was to go on a date, but that's something that I want to do. But there's been a lot of cases, Mr. Lucario, before some girls I fucked multiple times that I've never took out on a date. So that's why I say when you desirable like that, it don't take all of that all the time. You see what I'm saying? Unless that's what you want to do. But thank you so much, Mr. Collier, for the game and the opportunity.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, brother. All right. So all right, so I'm about to wrap this up, people. Make sure you guys get up on the Bad Boy membership. Make sure you guys also get up on the Masculine Identity membership. Go to badboymembership.com, go to masculineidentitymembership.com and get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hold on, let me actually, because I think some people sent some questions that I didn't get to. Let me go through these questions super, super quick. It says, Lucario, if a woman sees you as potential husband, she will act like she is not a hoe to make sure you'll marry her, even if she's sexually attracted to you. What's your thoughts? Yeah, sometimes that'll happen too. Exactly. Some chicks, they'll pretend or act like they're, they don't get down because they see you more as boyfriend material, husband material. They got to put up that front and then they'll try to do that. But again, if they can do that, if they can resist not fucking you, that also means that their interest in fucking you isn't really that high anyway. It says, why do guys who know how to attract women sexually also care about, I think that was dude calling earlier. They don't. That's what I'm saying. He said teaser for the next Bad Boy program. I don't even know what I'm gonna actually do for the next one. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do specifically. Says Will Carr, do you agree that a lot of men actually want to do a lot of shit because they have sex women themselves in relationships on a pedestal? What? I'm confused by that. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. Would you say men who are insecure about these things are probably whack in bed men who can't fuck, don't worry about these things? Well, that's part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, a guy who knows how to fuck, he'll get chicks who want to keep fucking him. He'll be the type of guy who is out here getting it in, which means he can be able to attract women, which means he's desirable to most of these women out here. You feel what I'm saying? how do you know if he's a player, if he's just not a simp? You'll know. You'll be able to tell based off of how he rolls and how women, treat him. But what if the same nigga dicked her down 52 times? Like, do you still count that as one? Shit's ridiculous and irrelevant. And that's another thing too. It's funny because some dudes could turn a chick out so heavy and she could have only been with that one guy, and the guy's worried about, or thinking because she has a low body count that makes a difference. You feel what I'm saying? It says, would you say having game requires you to be good at sex? Yeah, partly. I mean, this is the thing. You can have tight game and get certain things popping because there's still a strategy to get what you want. So you can get the sex, but if you're really good at sex or you're really good at performing and you make shit happen, that just makes your game tighter. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You feel what I mean? So yeah, guys. So that's pretty much it. Listen, I will holler at y'all later. And remember, go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, and I'll holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.